Hey everyone, it's Ken with Ken's Kreations. Well, I have to say and admit, I'm addicted to subway art. I think it's amazing. I love the look of it. I love how versatile it is in projects, and you can use it with vinyl, you can use it with paper, you can put it on walls, you can put it in cards, on frames. It's amazing stuff. And what would you say if I told you I made that subway art on my screen in less than 10 minutes? And it was free. That's right. In this video, I want to show you how you can make your own custom subway art, import it into Design Space, and cut it for free in a fraction of the time of trying to do this on your own. So let's get started and let me show you. So what we're going to do is we're first going to start by going to a website called Wordle, www.wordle.net. And on this website, there's two main places you can go. You can go to Create, which means you're going to create your own subway art, or you can go to Gallery. And this is where you can go to look where other subway art people have created. So this is basically people that have created their own subway art and just saved it in the gallery. So it's just by a time frame. There is no other real rhyme or reason to it or categories. So there's some really good ones in here. I've taken some from here and used, but other than that, there's some pretty random stuff in here. The one I usually use is the Create. Now, you have two ways you can create a subway art. You can either create by putting text here, if you know a specific theme, or you can put a website and it's going to pull words from that website and create a subway art. So let's show you this one. So let's say I'm creating one based around family, so I put family, love, together, friends, mom, Dad, brother, Betty, Al, Don, Russ, Kenny, Sparky. We grew up in Spokane, lived on Rockwell, and as soon as I hit go, it's going to take all of those words and create a subway art. Dun, 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 dun. And what it does is it just randomly creates it. So you have a couple options down here. You can either print it, you can save it to the public gallery, which is what we were just looking at, or if you hit this randomize, you can actually hit this and it will actually just keep giving you different versions of those words over and over and over again until you find one you like. Now, if you find one, but you still want to give it some fine tuning, you can do that because there's more edit buttons at the top here. So let's say we go through and we say, okay, we like this one, but we want to kind of fine tune it. You can come up here to language and change language where you can make all of the words lowercase, make all the words uppercase. You can actually remove numbers, so that way if there was birthdays in there, anniversaries, you can add numbers or remove numbers. You can also change your fonts, so if you want different fonts. You can change the layout to where if you wanted it to be, right now everything's horizontal, let's say I wanted everything to be vertical. I could even change the color scheme. So right now it is on blue meets orange. If I want it on this one, I can change the color scheme. So that's one way you can create a subway art. The other way, which is a really, really fun way, is you can actually put in a website that has a Atom or RSS feed, which my blog does, hit submit, and what it's going to do is it's going to pull words from, in my case, my blog, and make a subway art out of it. Isn't that cool? It just basically went to my blog and pulled out all of these words and made subway art. So if you look in here, you're going to see words that are on my blog. So on here, you're going to see the word figurines because I just had a figurine post. Minion, I just made a Minion card. Silhouette, because I have a silhouette cameo. Obviously, a lot of my projects around that. Amazing, because I just said that the Cricut Explorer is amazing. So basically, all it's doing is pulling these words out of my blog post and making a subway art out of it. So now let's say I really, really liked this specific one. Here is where it gets a little tricky. The way we have to do this is we have to take a screenshot of this to get it into Design Space. So the way I'm going to do that on the Mac is I'm going to hit Command-Shift-4. If you are using a Windows-based computer, you're going to use the Snippet Tool by going to your Start menu and looking up Snippet Tool, and it will let you just take a snippet of your screenshot. So in my case, I would go Command-Shift-4. I'm going to get this little icon that looks like a bullseye. I'm going to actually draw a square around the piece I want, and then listen. It took a picture of just this and saved it to my desktop. Once you have that saved to your desktop, you're ready to upload that into Design Space. So we're going to go into Upload Image. Now this is a single layer image because there is not multiple layers. There's not an SVG file, so it's going to be a basic upload. We're going to browse for that. So I saved it to my desktop, so I found it right here, and we're going to hit Choose. It's a complex image, so I'm going to hit Continue to Step 2, and there's my image. Now, I chose this image instead of my blog one just because there's less words, so it's not going to be as much work, which I like. So now what we need to do is we need to clean up this image. We need to get rid of all of the black so that way it knows what to cut. Because if we were to turn on this little eyeball, it's basically going to cut just around that square, which we don't want. If we use this magic wand to get rid of the black, you can already see how much it's forming around the words. So now we're just going to take some time using the either eraser to erase stuff or the magic wand to get rid of stuff and clean up the image. The other tools we're going to be using is our zoom in and zoom out, and then also our up and down over here. So let's go ahead and clean up this image, and then I will show you the next step. Alright, so now that we have everything pretty much, all the black is removed, I just like to take one final look to make sure there's nothing. You can also zoom all the way out and take a look at your cut lines. So we look pretty good. We're going to hit Continue to Step 3, and that's going to go ahead and save it in your Design Space. Once it's saved, it's going to show up here in your uploaded images. You're just going to put a check mark, hit Insert Images, and there it is. You can go ahead and resize it. So, for example, this one is something I'm making for work. It's going to be going in a 8.5 by 10 frame. So I want to make sure it is going to fit. So it is going to be 10 inches wide. And I want it to be 8 inches high. So I'm going to turn that off. All right, and then all I have to do is hit go. And it will take a little while for it to go onto the mat because just keep in mind, it's doing a lot of work placing this on the mat. But it's going to go ahead and place it on the mat exactly how you see it because it's a one-layer image. So it's not going to, how it traditionally would on an SVG, rearrange all your pieces because it thinks this is just a one-layer image. so I don't have to worry about it moving all my subway art around. So it's generating the preview, and there it is, you guys. There's my subway art. So I'm ready to cut this in vinyl. I'm gonna cut it in vinyl and then obviously spend a lot of time weeding. That will take up my time. But as you can see, it's a quick and easy way to make custom subway art for free in Design Space. So check out this amazing free subway art website at wordle.net. That's www.wordle.net. Make sure you're checking out my blog at creativeken.blogspot.com, where I try to post 2 to 3 new posts a week, and I feature some free SVG files. And while you're there, just click on that YouTube link, and that's going to take you over to Ken's Kreations YouTube page, where you can become a subscriber so you don't miss out on any of these cool, amazing, free video tips that I'm going to give you about the Cricut Explorer. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed how to make your own custom subway art for free using Cricut Design Space and your Cricut Explorer. I hope you guys go out there and make amazing, beautiful subway arts. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Go out there, make something magical.